Hey guys, this is a video that I'm gonna throw together quickly just to kind of fill in the gaps between some of my work in progresses, because the last whip that I did for the current project, which is the Master Grade Gym Sniper Custom, basically I kind of forgot that I had all of this footage that I never actually got around to making a whip video for. So this is to kind of catch you guys up, and you guys are more than welcome to just kind of listen in, because some of this is going to be video as well as just photos and just like screenshots and stuff like that of the progress that I made. So this is just to kind of catch you guys up on the process. To start off, we have the shield, and basically any scribing job that I typically start with is by planning it out by drawing straight lines or designs onto the actual shield. So basically I took a ruler and a pencil to it. After designing a pattern on my shield, I quickly went to work to add some depth and some raised and lowered edges into the shield. And so this is basically what it looked like after I was done scribing and plot plating some of the areas on the shield. Now, the general design of the GM Sniper Custom is a pretty nice kit, but there were a lot of open panels that had very little to no details, so I decided I was going to go ahead and spruce things up with some panel lining and scribing. Now, the front skirt was the first part that I decided to start on, but it was really difficult to settle on an actual design that I really liked, so I decided I was going to start making use of my tablet. I basically took a picture and started drawing away on it. So this was the final design that I ended up settling on. Now, once you have a set plan, the rest is all about figuring out the logistics of how you're gonna enact the changes that you're gonna make. So here it is. Now you're gonna notice some of these chamfered edges on the inside of the front skirt parts. These were made possible by chamfering tools that I made by myself. Let me show you how. Being that I only needed a tool to basically scratch away on an edge at a set distance, I basically made use of whatever I had, which was basically used art blades. What I did was grind down the sharp parts so that obviously I wouldn't hurt myself. And basically I took the Dremel and cut out little small edges so that I could use that as a scraping tool. Now, I have legitimate BMC chisels that I use now, as well as chamfering tools that I own from Suji Burrito, but these were pretty economical and they worked just fine for this project. So we're back this time working on the head, and I've decided I want to go with not this, this fluorescent orange for the visor piece. It's just not my forte. So all of the fluorescent pieces, those are going to get painted a different color. But if you look on the side, there's some pretty big, not so pretty seam lines here. And the problem is I need that there in order for me to get this visor off so that I can paint it and then get it back in. And I was thinking of every which way I could go about trying to be able to maybe slide it up in there or something like that, but it's just going to be a lot more work than it's worth. So what I've decided to do is I'm probably just going to take a piece out of the old Zach Aurelius how-to videos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these into natural seam lines by using a chamfering tool, which basically means that I'm going to have a recess where the line is and basically make the seam line kind of end up looking like part of a natural indentation into the into the part of the head. I'm hoping that'll look okay. If not, then I'm just gonna have to go back to the old drawing board and fill it in with putty or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing. So we'll just get started. Now this is a homemade chamfering tool, and I just stuck some carving tape on there so that I don't scratch up the side while I'm you know, scraping away. But if you can see here, there's a small little indent, which is just gonna be the width of the actual chamfer that I'm doing. So yeah, very simply, again, this is just a homemade tool because I'm too cheap to buy the real stuff. But yeah, I mean, it does the job, I think. So just really light and smooth strokes all the way across. Yeah, so already we have what looks like to be a nice little chamfer. I'm gonna do the top edge first and then work from top to bottom on the top part of the head. So yeah. Alright, so as you can see here, I've finished making that chamfer. So by doing this, I'm basically simulating the seam line being exactly the same as the inside part of this line over here. That way it'll just be a natural seam line and it'll just look like you know, it's supposed to be there. So if I put it back on the head over here, put it back on the head over here, it just kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. Obviously I gotta clean it up a little bit, but yeah, that's basically the feeling I'm going for. So so yeah, it's looking good, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna get on to working on the bottom part and the other side here as well. So yeah, that's the modification I'm doing for the head currently. Now, I didn't really care much for the stock head visor, so we of course had to change that as well. So I basically filled in that gaping hole in the center so that I could make room for a cool little sniper visor and scope kind of thing into his helmet. So you can see the scope thing that I added right here. And here we have the feet that I did some slight mods to as well. The back skirts were also looking very plain, so we had to do something about that as well. Now that brings us to our torso and our shoulders. And basically I just did a couple things here and there to spruce things up. Specifically on the torso, I kind of gave some extra panels to the waist sides and the upper torso area as well. We added some raised pot plate areas as well as some more scribes to kind of give it some more panels. And on the shoulders, we went ahead and added some parts to give it some more depth. So we spent quite a lot of time scribing and gluing some pot plate on there. Okay, so my idea is very, very simple. I don't really like the way that the rifle is looking. The stock one that comes with the gym sniper. It's just too small and lame. So I've decided I'm gonna kind of just do away with this lame rifle here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna modify the rifle that comes with the Stein. It just happened to be in my spare parts bin. I figured I would use that as a part of the modification. My idea is very simple. To basically take this existing rifle from the Stein. I'm not gonna put the whole thing together, but y'all know what it looks like, right? For a nice little rifle. And the first thing that really appealed to me is this detail that's really, actually, I don't know, sadly it's covered by this like, you have all these cool like little notches and stuff like that, the detail which is covered by this outer I guess we want to say like foregrip for the rifle of the Stein. So I'm actually not going to be using this outer piece. That's going to be, yeah, I'm just not going to use that. And I kind of want to, now when you remove the barrel cover on the rifle of the Stein, you're left with this really awesome framework with great details. And it looked much more mechanical. So I decided I was gonna go through and try to go through the tedious task of breaking up all the little holes in the railings. You'll see here that I already drilled out some holes so that I can get started on the process of chiseling out the plastic. This here is a general mock-up of just mix and match parts that I put together to kind of make it look like something formidable. I think I spent something close to like 12 hours total just digging out the holes in this railing here. It really sucked. And there you have it, the finished product. One side done, the other side to go. Well, now that you guys are all caught up, I think I'm gonna say goodbye. So hopefully this was interesting, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.